Welcome adventurers, I'm Stefan Fischer from All Off-Road, your guide to all things off-road. If exploring the Flinders Ranges in your four-wheel drive is on your bucket list, then you've stumbled up on the right channel. From the remarkable Moolooloo Station, we are now setting our sights once more on Moolooloo Station. I have been at Moolooloo Station last year, however this time we do some new tracks. But first, let Stephen show us how to catch an emu. I was amazed and so will you, so please keep watching. Turning off here to Brachena Gorge. Haven't done that for quite some time. That's a beautiful track from memory. And then we're making our way towards Blindman, maybe for lunch, and then Moolooloo. So looking forward to it. So that's an old tale, and look at this. So Stephen is pretending to be a bicycle, and you look at that emu and it comes. He already went closer. That really works. That is nuts. There's Stephen pedaling. And there is that emu. And he already went. That's the older one. There's a little one now coming. And there they go, closer and closer. I can't believe it, that works. I've been told of that when I arrived in Australia 25 years ago, but I thought that's got to be a ruse, to get the rookie. But no, that does work. Look at that entrance, I can't believe it. Look at it. Look how close I come. Unfortunately, behind the helmet. There's a pie, which one? Standard. I think I'm going to have a goat curry. Yeah, we just did the Blindman Mine tour. We wanted to do that last time, actually with summer on the trip, but for whatever reason we didn't. I think we didn't have too much time. I can only recommend it. Very entertaining tour. Duncan, our tour guide. Hey Duncan. Very good job. And also, well done, well presented. I really liked it. Definitely one of the better mine tours I have done. So you don't go too deep into the mine. So in that regards, there are other mines, which better. But again, very entertaining tour. Learned a few new things, which is good. So yeah. The Nebo torch came in quite handy in the mine. That certainly was the best light in the mine. Pretty good. Now I think we're going to take the back way into Moolooloo. We'll see how that goes. Yeah guys, here at Moolooloo Station again. We again at Third Waters Campground. This time got a even better view, I reckon. Nice little spot. A few widowmakers here, but should be pretty safe there. Yeah, looking forward what the next 3 days bring. We're gonna drive some new tracks which I haven't driven before here. Really looking forward to that. So let's see.
So just another catch, another thing to be wary of with these water containers. When unpacking the camp after getting to Moolooloo today, I found that this cap had completely blown out of its own accord. There was nothing resting on it. Fortunately, I never trust them anyway, so it was sitting like that in the car, so no water was lost. But through the vibrations or whatever, that's actually blown apart in transit.
And not just water lost, you know, you could have all your gear wet or whatever.
Exactly.
And you had the same on the canning with
a different type of water container.
with the bladders, oh?
Yeah, it was a bladder inside a box, that's right, and the bladder.
And that were the thin bladders bought in Sydney.
Yeah.
Because that's a tip. If I have them here, actually, let me show you. These are bought here, out here. And they have a thicker material than the ones you buy in Sydney.
Yeah.
And the ones in Sydney, they rub through. A few of them, huh?
Yeah, with the corrugations.
Yeah.
2 of them rubbed through. Yeah.
So all little things to take into account. Even that plastic, you think you're safe.
Yeah.
I just had a good walk down the riverbed, trying to find another waterhole, which we didn't. But yeah, beautiful walk, beautiful light. It's just a stunning landscape here.
How do you think that log got that high up?
That would have been a flood, huh?
2.5 metres of water.
Yeah. Oh, Dave.
Just a nice bit of slate with a very sharp edge.
Shit, that is very sharp.
We need a makeshift knife.
Actually, with a nice grip, huh?
Yeah, you could make it into something, that's for sure.
Yeah, that would be perfect for butchering the root tonight. Oh, good.
I'll watch.
You watch. Oh, shit.
Go on that one.
Yes.
It is a big boy.
Yeah, look at that print.
Okay.
Put your hand next to it, just in comparison.
This one here. It's as long as my hand.
That would be a big bugger. It's picking up all the good things here. Honeycomb. Native bee. They've sucked it out very quickly.
Definitely not.
Left nothing for us here.
No, that's as I found it, in the riverbed.
Yeah, beautiful walk, beautiful light. Dinner, a bit earlier today. Yeah, I want to get something fairly quick because I still want to get to the homestead, have a chat with Alf, see what we do tomorrow. So today, OnTrack meals, tender lamb, pearl barley, and I think I'm going to have that with rice. I don't know, that burner doesn't work as well anymore. Yesterday it took ages to get it warm. It's really a pity because you can't get them anymore, and I love that burner. Yeah. Could put some extra veggies in, which I do in some of the other OnTrack meals. So the difference really is it's not a complete meal. Actually, you probably could eat that here on its own, but that's a fairly small portion. So I definitely have to stretch that a bit for me. So tender lamb and barley. Doesn't look that crash hot. Actually, I can't even tell you whether it tastes crash hot because it's a new one. One tip, I use these Pyrolux pans because you can remove the handle here, super handy, and that's non-stick. So right after, wipe it out. Pan is clean. Okay, let's see. Keep in mind I added quinoa to this. Otherwise the portion would have been too small for me. I mean that, yeah, the portion is very small. Yeah, ready to eat serves one, 250 gram. Yeah, probably a child. So that's Lazer Sentinel 7-inch Elite, Lazer Linear 36 Elite. This is just Lazer Linear Elite. Now again with the Sentinel, and that are just the Sentinel Elite. Just checking my GarminInReach. Wife texted me, I can see you, because that's really one of the big advantages here. It has a breadcrumb trail, so the wife can always see where we are. She's pretty good. So here I can scroll down. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. Moolooloo Station, pretty fresh in the morning. I think it's time. Warm our stuff out. Merino wool underlay, I always have that on, even with the fleece, but then I have my good New Zealand merino wool double layer possum pullover, and that thing is warm. And it also has a hoodie. So, oh yes, that's it. Found another good use for that Nebo light here, and for full disclosure, Nebo sent me quite a few lights to test and see whether I like them. And some of them I really like, some of them they're all good, but some of them I prefer other lights. But there are quite a few of them I really like and I do continue using. One of them is these here, LuxExtrem SL 100, 1.5 kilometer beam. I showed that already. Then you also have a very good floodlight. So, and all the Nebo lights are magnetic. So what I found very good when I go to bed, I want to get dressed or something, I just put that here on the car, and that is my perfect light to get ready for the stretcher. So it comes in very handy. Morning, Alf. Very good. Yourself?
Good.
How's everything?
Yeah, good. No worries.
Ready to roll?
Yep. So you just follow me. If you see anything, just stop and you can have a look if you want.
Yeah, you're probably busy, oh?
No, I'm alright. Till I get to and then.
Okay.
Yeah. So you'll see stuff there.
Okay.
And that, so.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. You're on 13, ain't you?
Yeah. Cool. Yep.
Right.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Alf, the station manager, just picked us up and will show us now some tracks which are usually not open to public. So I'm very grateful for that. And we'll have a look. Really looking forward to it. It's a beautiful property. I just realized I still had my Nebo torch on my panel via the magnet. I'm looking out the mirror and I think, shit, what's sticking out there from the car? the Nebo torch still hanging there, so the magnet works well, because that's a bit of a rough country here. So it's Alf here in the cruiser, motorbike on the back, dog on the back, ready to roam this big station here. Definitely interesting here, and I guess that's why it's really not open to the public, because you need to navigate your way a little here. It's a huge station, or two stations, and yeah, there are tons of station tracks going in all directions, so yeah, definitely interesting.
Coconut. Mom, coconut. Yeah. It's made a fortune to buy.
What is it?
Look.
Hotel where? Already. We again took the copper track back to Nuccaleena Mine. That's a trek we did last time and thoroughly enjoyed it, but at the time it was closed to the public. Now it is open, but you need to stay at Warrawena and start from the Warrawena end and then end at Moolooloo. Definitely a trek I can only recommend. The Nuccaleena Historic Mine is a former copper mine located in the northern Flinders Ranges of South Australia. The mine was discovered in 1861 and was initially worked by a group of prospectors. In 1962, Charles Faulkner built the Bushman Hotel near the mine, which gave the town some substance and much spirit, as you can see on the many glass bottles which are still lying around there. The mine was initially very successful, producing large amounts of copper. However, a devastating 3-year drought in the late 1860s forced the mine to close. The mine reopened briefly in the 1870s, but it was never as productive as it had been in the early years. Nuccaleena was finally abandoned in the late 1870s. I've been here quite a few times, but never been really past the mine. This time I did, and I found an old graveyard, which had this meticulously preserved tombstone. This is the Nuccaleena Spring, which at the time the whole town would have relied upon for their water supply. As you can see here, there are a few small little puddles, but that's really where it ends. When you drive back out, don't forget to stop at the right hand side at the old Tam O'Shanter pub. That old pub was magnificently built and you really see some very high level craftsmanship. Oh. Beautiful. Let me show you one new little thing I found which works quite well, which are these Avanti hand savers. I used to always have towels in here, first a paper towel, then a regular towel, but that always gets a bit greasy, so I found these. So they came in a set. Put that on here. Then this is my Pyrolux pan, which I absolutely love. Super easy to clean, and handle goes in here. Then lid goes on top. I put the towel on top so the lid doesn't stretch, and that fits perfectly then in here. Sorry for the quick interruption, but I would like to express gratitude to a few companies who have generously supported me with assistance with fuel and gear for testing during this expedition. These companies have provided these resources unconditionally, requesting nothing in return except for an honest assessment of the products. And another night drive here on the station, just coming back from the homestead. Again, look at that difference. Yeah, I absolutely love it. That is my setup. If I could, I would have the 9-inch Sentinel at the front, but to be honest, yeah, that together with the linear 36 Elite, absolutely brilliant. All the light put out need for driving here. So Dave is making us every morning very jealous, because he is coming to the campfire with restaurant quality toasties. Look how golden brown they are. And you've got the cheese in?
Yeah, cheese.
But is there the ham?
No, unfortunately I don't have the ham.
Yeah, I think cheese,
next
ham,
time.
tomato. That's where the petroglyphs are.
Definitely a bit fresh this morning.
It is, huh? You reckon it's below zero, or?
Probably 1 or 2. It's definitely.
But my hands, I wouldn't mind gloves.
Yeah.
So here they are. What I found interesting is that they seem to be from really two different ages, huh? One is far more visible, much brighter. The other one is way darker. Emu feet. I wonder where that are newer ones, and these is the old original ones.
Shame some people have seen fit to put their own markings near it.
Yeah, that is new.
Yeah.
That is in here as well. Emu foot. Please guys, don't, there's millions of rocks here, scribble somewhere else.
No, don't even do that.
Yeah, that is right. When we drove into Moolooloo and were chatting over the UHF, we had a guy coming online recognizing me by the voice. And yeah, he is one of the YouTube subscribers and was asking whether we could catch up. So his camp spot was on the way, so we planned to drive in and say hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good, yourself, mate?
Not too bad.
How are you?
It is a pleasure to meet you, mate.
Nice to meet you,
I've been
mate.
following your stuff for a number of years, and yeah, as soon as I heard your voice on the radio yesterday, I went,
Yeah, I can't miss that German accent, huh?
no, that's what I said to Mum. I said,
We were planning today to go to Ferguson Gorge, actually, which we still do. But we met actually one of my viewers who went to Moolooloo based on my last video. And he went on here a little bit to a different place which has a few mines. And I heard of that before, but I've never been there. So we changing plans a little bit and go and have a squeeze there first. And yeah, hopefully discover something new I haven't seen. He went there yesterday but turned around. It got a bit iffy and late. So we shall see. So we made our way out to the Parawada mine and gap, and I was hoping that we could continue on there because there is a trek through the gap and that actually circles around to Warrawena. It turned out that was private land and gated, so yeah, we couldn't get out there. However, it was quite a nice change of scenery because all of a sudden you were in an open valley with grasslands. And there were quite a few mines dotted around. We had lunch and then had a look at one of the easy accessible mines right next to the track.
Find anything? No, just nice colours in the quartz.
Unfortunately, we couldn't continue on here. That's a different station now and the end of the par. So obviously we don't go there without permission. However, I will check that out because that looks like an awesome drive. And we'll see whether we can get permission from the station. So now we're heading back to Ferguson Gorge. That's Zoleo just beeped, which is hanging here. And yeah, that's quite handy now. I've got a message from Dave. Another Dave we catch up with in a few days. I sent him our location and yeah, he can text back, so the two-way communication in that regards, yeah, I like that. That's quite neat. Obviously the GarminInReach has the same functionality. It's good. To be completely honest, my initial experience with the Spot 3, which was somewhat limited and buggy, left me less than impressed with satellite messengers. And still, neither the Zoleo or GarminInReach would serve as a replacement for a dedicated PLB or sat phone for me. However, after using them now for 2 weeks, I have to say I really like them because they allow me to stay in quick contact with the family and friends. I also really like that they provide weather forecasts no matter where I am. Let me quickly demonstrate the stark contrast between the forecast information of the Zoleo and the Garmin. As you can see here, the Zoleo has far more detail and I definitely prefer the weather forecast on the Zoleo over the Garmin. In regards to accuracy, they both seem to be quite equal, but I haven't tested that enough to give you a verdict there. The InReach Mini 2 also has a paid extended forecast, and that's what you're seeing here. Still, the information provided is fairly basic. Ferguson Gorge walk. So for these type of walks, I definitely do like GarminInReach Mini 2 or the Zoleo, because they're very lighter than a PLB, and I can text with it. For Zoleo I need a phone, so that just introduces another level of dependability, because if my phone dies or lost or whatever, I can do an SOS and a check-in, but that's it. While with the GarminInReach Mini 2, I can text by that unit. It's pretty cumbersome because it's a small screen, but it does work. Obviously, I can also use the phone to text with a GarminInReach Mini 2. But if the phone is not there for whatever reason, I can also use a unit, which I can't do here. Water bay. Having a bit of a drink. So one thing I want to check, a little bit of a gorge here. It's not too deep. I want to see whether both of my the Garmin and the Soleo have actually a satellite, which I can see in the app. So yeah, the InReach Mini 2 is connected. And with the Soleo I can't actually see whether it is connected. So the Soleo doesn't really have shows me whether it's connected or not. So I don't think I have an indicator here whether I have a connection and could send an SOS. I guess I can send a message, see where that goes out, but that will be only sent at the next. Now messaging in progress. Here, and then now I see. So I have signal here. So in a gorge like this would be no problem. Yeah, so that has been sent, which is good to know. And the InReach, yeah, checking for new messages, so that will tell me whether it works. Yeah, so no problem. If I break my leg here, I could click SOS or I could click text help, and that is very likely to arrive at some stage. While I was recording the video, the boys at the bottom of the gorge found this beautiful yellow-faced whip snake, which is mildly venomous. Ferguson Gorge is well worth the walk, so if you ever stay at Moolooloo, I definitely recommend doing that walk. It was time for us now to get back to camp and get dinner on. Can't be bothered to cook tonight, so that's a new camper's pantry, which is quite a bit smaller. Not smaller in size really, smaller in packing size, because it is vacuumed. I haven't tried them yet, so I will give that a go and see how that tastes. That should be nice and quick. Let's see how it is. Mexican beef, Mexican beans, and it certainly has some chili in it. It has a bit of a kick. Spicy Mexican beans. No, very good, very edible. Has a bit of oomph to it. I'm not sure. You can't be super hungry though, because yeah, I probably can eat a bit more after that, I would think. Dessert. Next time on our adventure, we bid farewell to Dave as he heads back to the grind. Stephen and I venture on a breathtaking 10-kilometer round trip to Blinman Pool, braving a chilly swim in the icy depths. We'll put the GarminInReach Mini 2 and Soleo to test in the wild and see which of the devices would be able to send the SOS signal in the Blinman Gorge. Our journey then takes us to Alpana Station via the challenging Mount Samuel trek. We cap off the day with a tranquil night in the enchanting Nangawutina hut, so stay tuned and continue exploring the unseen with us in the next episode. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please keep in mind this is a self-funded channel, so I would greatly appreciate if you could help me out by sharing, liking and subscribing. And if you can, please consider head over to Patreon or buy me a coffee. And with the equivalent of a cup of coffee or two per month, you can really help me making these videos. Thanks a lot for watching and see you along the tracks.